I'm Dr. Dallas Bales from Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital. Have a safe game and go Hawks.
Welcome to Texarkana Gameday. Please be advised that this broadcast is the copyrighted property of Texarkana Gameday. It is intended for private, non-commercial use only. Any public display, rebroadcast, or commercial use of this stream without a valid licensing agreement is strictly prohibited. For information on licensing opportunities, please visit us at Texarkana Gameday.
Well, good evening, folks. Welcome to Gilmer Buckeye Field, or Jeff Traylor Field, maybe, here at Gilmer Buckeye Stadium here in Gilmer, Texas, for a little Friday night football on a Thursday. How about it, Jay? A little bit of threat of inclement weather tomorrow evening, and both teams agreed to go ahead and get this done tonight, so we make sure we avoid all of that. And one thing for sure, at least it's starting each week, it's a little bit more feeling like some football weather out there.
Yeah, coming in, it's 71 degrees, and I like that. It'll actually get into the high 60s before the end of the game. So I would definitely call that football weather, but we've got two teams that have some recent history. Gilmer comes in leading the series at 12 wins to 8 wins for Pleasant Grove, so they sort of have the upper hand, but Pleasant Grove the last couple of years have had their number, and from a Hawks standpoint, that's what we hope we have tonight.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Both of these teams coming in kind of in different spots. Pleasant Grove, arguably the easiest 2 games of district with North Lamar and Spring Hill, and kind of finishing it out here with 3 games that we expect to be a little tougher. Gilmer, Pittsburgh, and then Van. And then Gilmer falling to Van last week, something they're not used to, and so they're kind of in a little bit of a tense situation when it comes to playoff berths and that kind of things. And so 2 teams tonight that really want to come in and make a statement. We're going to turn it over to the Stadium PA at this time and let you join us in tonight's national anthem.
Oriel Santiago, presenting the Texas flag, Ashton Nichols. Representing the U.S. Guard, John Hildebrand. And representing the Texas Guard, Tristan Jones. And now, the Buckeye Band, under the direction of Mr. Eric Gray and Mr. Brandon Garman, with our national anthem.
All right, so a good rendition there. Nice to see members of the Gilmer JROTC out there on the field. It's always a unique program that some schools have. The captains for both teams now lining up to come out on the field for the coin toss. Hawks are going to send Jamarian Richardson, Desmond Hutchison, Jaden Scales, and Jalen Foster out to represent the Hawks out there for the Buckeyes. Number 17, Solomon Jackson. Number 29, Kelson James. Number 1, Trey Lee. And number 82, Jaden Brinkley. And speaking of those names, Jay, one name that you don't see on this Gilmer list, and I don't know when's the last time I've looked down and haven't seen it on there, there's not a Flu Ellen on this list. I don't know if there's some more coming up, but it seemed like for I don't know, the better part of a decade and a half, there was somebody named Fuellen out there just doing foolish things on the field as the receiver.
And this is with all due respect, but I'm glad that we
Yeah,
don't have a
100%,
Fuellen lineage still wearing the black and orange.
Absolutely. And so, again, alluded to it there, Gilmer, taking it on the chin against Van last week. So the Hawks hoping to come in. If we can come in and get a win here, go through district, that may set up a big game there in Van for the last. The Hawks win the toss here. And we will start with the ball. Hawks will be going from our right to left tonight. And you mentioned Gilmer there in the all black with the gold numbers. Hawks in the icy whites, all white with the black numbers trimmed in gold. And so we're ready to get this thing kicked off from down here in Gilmer. We've seen the Hawks kind of mature over the last few weeks. If you watch, look on Game Day on the Facebook page. They shared out a bunch of stats this week, kind of some area leaders in different things. And Hawks had a couple of folks there on the offensive side, but you look on the defensive side, and it's Pleasant Grove all over the place. The offense has started to come on and they catch up a little bit, but the defense, has really kind of dictated things so far this season.
Yeah, Colt Yancey comes in tonight throwing with a 59.72 completion ratio and now exceeds well over 1,000 yards at 1,324 and 21 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions. So he has really stepped up his game the last 3 football games. And then, of course, Nick Bells comes in, 636 yards on the ground, averaging 8.7 yards every time he touches it with 7 TDs. And then we've got 3 Hawks that have 5 touchdown receptions, and that's Jay Rich, Camden Harris, and Walker Wright. And each of them has well over 200 yards, with Jay Rich actually leading the team to 336.
Speaking of Jay Rich, he is one of the deep men back for the Hawks, along with Javion Butler. We'll see if either of them get a chance. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an onside here to start this. Instead, it's a high end-over-end kick, and Jay Rich is going to field it at the 22-yard line. Runs down the visiting side there, up across the 35, just shy of the 40-yard line where he's knocked out of bounds, and so that's where the Hawks will take over first and 10, Pleasant Grove, their own 39-yard line.
Yeah, Mark Garrett, number 4, they're able to force him out of bounds. Pleasant Grove with fairly good field position, starting at the 39 tonight.
So Colt Yancey and company out there on the field. Bam Harris, Camden Harris, the man by himself, out to the left side. 2 receivers on the top of your screen. Start with an empty backfield here as we have a dual HVAC positions. Nick Bell's up there in that. Man in motion now is Jay Rich. They fake to him, wants to throw, caught. It's Walker Wright, H-back out of the backfield. Pick up about 4 yards on the play. Stepped out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Had a little bit of room in front of him and just caught the edge there. 2nd down and 6 now.
Yeah, Aiden Thomas coming in and forcing that step out of bounds. Would have been nice for Walker to be able to tightrope that, but he is at least gets a 4 or 5 yard gain there on the first play.
Yancey and company now with single back in the backfield. It looks like they got the Buckeyes to jump. Free play here, firing down the field, trying to connect to Spencer Browning. And it's going to be incomplete. He and the defender kind of pushing back and forth against each other. And right at the last minute there, the cornerback able to knock that out of Spencer's hand. Spencer had gained position there as the ball sort of fluttered in between, but this should be an offsides against the Buckeyes.
Yeah, that was Jerizy Johnson there on the coverage, and Spencer had made a good comeback for the ball, just not able to come down with it. But you did allude to it being a free play, so Pleasant Grove is going to have a short 2nd and 1st.
Make it 2nd down and 1 to go now. Ball right near midfield up to the 48-yard line. And that's just a good heads-up play there by Yancey to just back up and throw it. See if he can't make something happen with the speedy Spencer Browning. Browning coming out to the left side now. Walker Wright over here. Nope, they're going to flip sides now. Jamarian Richardson to the left. Walker Wright and Bam Harris out on the right side. 2nd and 1. Firing again down the field. Jay Rich wide open. Nobody's going to get there. Touchdown, Hawks. There was something missed, and Jamarian Richardson was standing on the 15-yard line looking like a center fielder. No one around him. Colt Yancey hit him in stride, and the Hawks lead it quickly here with a touchdown strike 52 yards away.
Yeah, number 21 definitely has some jam and butter on his toast. That's Aiden Thomas, who left Jay Rich there out there all by himself. So we've got a connection, Yancey to Jay Rich.
Silas Yowell's kick is up and good. 11 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Hawks up 7-0. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Gameday.
At Raffaele Property Management, keeping our tenants comfortable is a top priority. That's why we trust Lone Star Heat and Air. They've always been dependable, quick to respond, and their work is top-notch. Whether it's routine service or an urgent call, they take care of it with professionalism and care. We couldn't recommend Lone Star Heat and Air more for anyone looking for a reliable HVAC service.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Gilmer. 28 seconds into the ball game. Hawks are up 7-0 after a 52-yard touchdown strike from Colt Yancey to Jamarian Richardson. And now Pleasant Grove set to kick off. James Solomon will be kicking it. Doesn't have the extra headgear on this week. And this one just a deep end-over-end kick. We'll send the return man all the way back to the 2-yard line. He'll try to get something going from there. Comes around the left side and has some room. So a flag that comes in late. Solomon, the kicker, comes up to make the tackle near the 30-yard line. We'll see what the flag is. It came from the Gilmer sideline.
I saw a block in the back, but it was closer to like the 12, 13-yard line, so I'm not sure he was just going to throw that because no one else did.
We'll see what the call is here. It was marked down initially at the 33.
Got holding.
It's a hold, so it'll back them up 10 yards from there, so they'll be inside the 30. And so Gilmer will scrimmage from their own 23-yard line.
Gilmer's coming in tonight scoring right around, I think it's like 25 points per game. Yeah, 25.2 point.
Buckeyes with two receivers wide left, one to the right. They're trying to get it to him, firing down the field. Hawks have a couple of guys there, and it's incomplete. Just out of the reach of Trace Haynes, senior wide receiver, and the flag comes in very late at the end of that one. There was a little bit of pushing and shoving there. Jay Rich as well as Jaden Scales in coverage.
It looked like good coverage from my end, but I'm a little biased up here. I will mark that play to look at when I go back and watch it tonight
go back
or tomorrow.
and see. So the 15-yard penalty will be a fresh set of downs. Also moves it up to the 33-yard line. Quarterback rolling left. He's going to pull it down. Buck Anderson does a good job of staying home, sort of, I don't know, playing a rodeo clown a little bit there, jogging back and forth just to allow people to catch back up and all of a sudden bring down Jade Taylor after a short gain. The junior quarterback picks up 4 yards on the play. 2nd down and 6, and the Buckeyes with tempo now back to the line with 2 on each side.
Yeah, he is their leading rusher for Gilmer this year.
Taylor rolling left, wants to throw. Firing down the field, incomplete. And this time just sails over the head of the intended receiver. Javion Butler was in coverage over on the home side. It'll make it 3rd down and 6 to go from the 37.
Yeah, good pressure there by the Hawk defensive line to force Taylor out of the pocket. And Taylor did a good job at least letting his receiver know, hey, turn your route upfield and I will try to put it out there to you, but not able to make that connection.
Keetridge Smith back out at defensive end this week. The sophomore's been out a few weeks nursing an injury. Good to see him back out on the field. Little 3-receiver diamond formation to the left, and now Taylor's going to pull it down. Gets away from the first would-be tackler, but cannot get away from Javion Butler. This one will be just enough for the first down, though. And so it'll move the chains. First down and 10. Terrell Patton had a chance at it. Quarterback just out of reach. That may be where a lot of these yards have come from, Jay, just having to do something with his legs with coverage down the field.
And their number 6, Horn, actually has a few more yards than Taylor, but both of them have combined for about 1,000 yards this year.
They haven't run a conventional run tonight, and there they do there, and this is going to work out well. And there's Horn just on cue. You talked about him, and he picks up about 20 yards, gets it across midfield into Hawk territory, down to the 35-yard line. Simple play design, just a straight gut draw, and he got all the way into the Hawk secondary before Seth Goodlock and company able to bring him down.
Yeah, Jaden Scales also in there on that tackle.
First and 10 Buckeyes. Now everybody in tight. A little flood pattern out here to the right. Has some guys he's trying to get it to. Fires down the field, incomplete. His intended receiver was Solomon Jackson. He was able to get one hand on it. It was led just a little bit too far out of bounds. James Solomon was the man in coverage for Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, that ball just out of the reach of Solomon there, and Solomon there on the coverage. A little first and last name. Mix us up a little bit tonight.
Getting everybody twisted up. 2 on the right side, 1 on the left side now for the Buckeyes. Second down and 10. They look over to the sideline to get the call, and you'll see they run all their stuff off of claps and snap counts that way. Hawks sending pressure. Get a man in the quarterback's face, incomplete, and I tell you, that is great coverage by Javion Butler. The Buckeyes had the right play called to go against the blitz. Hawks had a guy in Taylor's face. He got rid of it, and Butler just came out and knocked it out of the hands of the intended receiver. Third down and 10.
Yeah, Taylor's only 5'6", but plays a little bit taller than that. Jaden Scales coming in there on the perfectly timed blitz, but just able to get it through or around his arms, but Buckeyes not able to come down with it. So big third down here for the Pleasant Grove Hawk defense.
Buckeyes going to spread them out throughout now. 3 on the right side, 1 to the left side. He brings the tailback over to his right. Taylor hands it off, and this one is going nowhere. The Hawks quickly bring down the ball carrier in the backfield. Jalen Foster had Travion Horn wrapped up before he had anywhere to go. Loss of 1, 4th and 11.
And that's one of the reasons why Jalen did get Texarkana Gameday's defensive co-defensive player of the game. He shares that with Seth Gunlock, who had 2 interceptions last week, 1 for a pick 6.
Gilmer with the offense out there on 4th down here from the Hawk 35-yard line. They need 11. They're trying to get more than that. This one's sailing toward the end zone, and it will be incomplete, knocked down, and really that's a better outcome than intercepting it. I think that Scales may have been a little upset that he didn't intercept it, but the Hawks get better field position than they would have, and so it'll be 1st and 10 Pleasant Grove at their own 36-yard line. That drive started on the 23 for Gilmer. They were able to get it into Hawk territory, and then that defense stiffened on this side of the field, and now Pleasant Grove's offense will be back out. Took them all of 28 seconds to score the first touchdown of the game last time they were on the field.
Yeah, once again, pretty good field position to start out with for Pleasant Grove.
Jay Rich and Spencer Browning on the right side, Bam Harris to the left. Empty backfield for Colt Yancey. Little shovel pass to Jay Rich. Jamarian Richardson cuts it back upfield, trying to get some blocks. Jay Rich is across midfield at the 50, and he's going to be into Gilmer territory all the way down to the 42-yard line. Closed up on him to the left, and he found some green grass on the cutback. 1st and 10 Hawks.
Yeah, Tavian Hector there, number 1, able to stop Jay Rich, but I think Jay Rich was just trying to make a move and probably slipped more than was tackled there. Good run there by Jay Rich, being able to cut it back into the middle of the field. And he saw nothing on the outside.
Scales in the slot now. Bell's back at tailback. Nick Bells gets the carry this time off tackle left. Nick Bells gets up to the second level. That's a face mask there, but he breaks free of that, keeps his legs moving. Nick Bells is going to be down out of bounds near the 22-yard line. I don't know how they didn't see him spun around by the headgear there. First and 10 Hawks at the 22, though. Nick Bells is going to go over and get a little breather on the sideline.
Yeah, Josiah Johnson there to help force him out of bounds. And Spencer Browning actually does a pretty good job out there staying contained with him until he was able to actually get a pretty good run there for a first down.
Jaber in Baltimore into the game. They move Walker right back into the tailback position. A little different personnel look there. Colt Yancey, quarterback keeper. And this one is sniffed out quickly. The hole closed up. McKalen Granville comes up to make the stop. It'll be a loss of 3 on the play. Second down and 13 to go.
Yeah, good stop there by Granville. And you had Walker right there trying to open up the hole, but Granville able to slip through and get his tackle for loss.
Still with the same personnel. 2 receivers split to each side. Yancey, pitch out to Walker right out of the backfield, right. Squares his shoulders when he gets to the numbers. He'll be down to the 20. Picks up the lost yardage and a few more. It'll bring up third down and about 7.
Yeah, Trey Lee comes up and makes the stop from the defensive end position. And Walker Wright at least gets it past the first chain marker, but brings up a 3rd and 8 for Pleasant Grove.
Ball's on the 20-yard line for the Hawks. They need the 17 for the first, probably 4 down territory. On the edge of Silas Yowell's range. This one a little pitch to Spencer Browning. And Browning will pick a few yards up inside the 20. But had a defender around his waist pretty much the entire time. And it'll bring up 4th down, and the Hawks keeping the offense out there. So each team gambling on 4th down here in this early stanza. 4th and 6 for the Hawks from the 18.
Yeah, Jet Bates, the other defensive end, stayed home and was able to tackle Spencer Browning. See what Coach Gibson has dialed up here for 4th and 6.
Nick Bells is back in at tailback. Yancey looking to his right, going toward the end zone, incomplete. Some miscommunication there, and sort of hit the defender in the back when he turned around. That one was real dangerous. I thought that if Trey Lee had turned around and seen that, he might have an interception. So the Hawks with a turnover on downs, and the ball will go back over to Gilmer.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the efficiency that the offense has had these past few games, and I think it's been 3 games ago that Pleasant Grove has not been able to score on each of their first quarter possessions.
Guys hand the ball off, trying to come left, and the Hawk defense has been stingy on the run for the most part. Horn brought down in the backfield there. He had a big run his first time, and since then the Hawks been able to bottle him up. This one a loss of 3 on the play back to the 15.
Now 2nd and 13.
2 receivers right side, 1 receiver left side. Taylor wants to throw, fires a little crossing route. It's caught. James Solomon comes up to plant the receiver.
Yeah, Jalen Foster was in on that as well.
3rd down and 5 to go now from the 23-yard line. Two receivers right side, 1 receiver left side. Taylor with the clap, looks over the sidelines, and again, they Use that clap for their tempo. Wants to throw a little pass out of the backfield, and Jamarian Richardson is having none of it. Hits the receiver immediately. They were trying to get a wide receiver screen set up, and the Hawks sniffed it out. And there was nowhere for Solomon Jackson to go.
Yeah, that looks like Jay Rich doing some film study there. He knew exactly what was coming and was running directly back to make that tackle. And good open field tackle there by Jay Rich. One of the reasons why he will be playing on Saturdays next year.
James Solomon standing at the Hawk 45-yard line just across midfield waiting on the punt. Oh, high kick. And it will take a Buckeye roll down inside the 45, down near the 43. The Hawk defense does not allow first down. And the Buckeyes are forced to punt. Hawks back out on the field, this time in good field position from the 43-yard line. 3 minutes and 13 seconds remain in the first quarter. Hawks lead at 7-0.
Junior high and high school cheerleaders have teamed up to raise money for the Hawks. All proceeds from tonight's Pink Out shirt sales and donations at tonight's game will go to breast cancer support at the Ross Breast Cancer Center. The cheerleaders also would like to thank Brandon Dodd tonight and Beyond the Manor Homes.
Hawks in the Wildcat now. Nick Bell's back at quarterback, and we're going to have a flag here. Got a little, somebody was not moving when they were supposed to be. Like the entire line moved and the ball did not. So now Bells comes out and Colt Yancey and company come back out with the conventional offense. It'll be first down and 15.
Jay Rich and Spencer Browning and Nick Bells is one of the skill players that Yancey has to choose to give the ball to, possibly. Just look at all the weapons. You've got Bam Harris and Walker Wright.
Yancey from the gun with Nick Bells to his right. Look to the right and wants to throw. Fires. Incomplete. Bam Harris just didn't see that one in. Might have had a little bit of sauce on it. It was coming with some speed. Kind of got behind Bam. He just could not see it in and make the turn. Second down and 15.
Yeah, Colt Yancey definitely stepped into that one and delivered that with some authority. We've got 3:05 left here in this first quarter. Pleasant Grove leads 7-0.
Second down and 15 now. Flip the formation. And the ball to Nick Bells. Bells trying to get to the right. Finds nowhere. Ball comes out. And we'll see. And it is the Buckeyes able to get on it before it can get out of bounds, and so it will be Gilmer football inside Hawk territory. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, great field position there. Pleasant Grove putting the ball on the turf. We really have not seen a lot of that this season. I imagine Nick Bell's going to have plenty of opportunities to try to get that one back tonight.
Zayd Taylor and company. 3 to the right side, 1 to the left side. You hear the Hawk band cranking up with the teams being on that end of the field. Taylor wants to throw, flushed out of the pocket. Being pursued, hit as he throws, ball sails in the air. It's intercepted but out of bounds. Jay Rich able to get there. And I tell you, big number 77, K.J. Greer, was closing in on Zayd Taylor.
And he's stepping in and playing both sides tonight.
Yep.
So playing a little inside there with fellow teammate Zion Lewis right now. And that's one of the things that we've talked about, how they're able to just sort of keep that middle fresh. They've got about 5 players that they can just interchange there. And Greer is definitely a big man moving quick.
Man in motion now for the Buckeyes. They fake to him. Taylor, quarterback keeper, into the middle. And I tell you, That time, Jalen Foster does a great job to hang on to Taylor's ankle. Otherwise, he may be standing in the end zone. He had a lot of green grass in front of him. Foster does a great job to hang on there. Pick up a 6 on the play, 3rd down and 4.
And you got to assume that Gilmer is in 2-down territory, so I'm sure this first play will be called knowing that they're going to go for it on 4th like they did the last series.
Be a nice time for a turnover. They keep everyone in tight, stack 3 receivers on top of each other right on the right side of the line. And the ball off to the tailback is going to be right close to 1st down yardage as Trayvon Horn, forward progress, about as maybe a football length shy. I don't know. It's really close. They may bring this out for a measurement.
He's got it on the hash, and so is the line of gain.
Yeah. It's directly in front of us, Jay. I can't see the ball with the head linesman standing on it, but I kind of feel like it's there. We'll see if they call for a measurement out to the field or. Guess we're just going to sit over and talk about it for a minute.
I think they were looking for the clip.
Well, we got it.
Officials timeout for measurement on this all-important play. Well, the class of 2029 is conducting a fundraiser to raise money for the prom and other activities. They would love to have your support.
See how they stretch it out.
Please donate if you can. Several students from the class of 2029
Credit card short.
I was going to say, it is, yep, just the nose of the football got it on there. I'd be interested to see exactly where that ball went down. It may have been spotted just a little bit too far forward there. But it's going to be a 1st down, and so the Buckeyes will be in business inside the Hawk 30 down at the 29-yard line. Band
Making a little noise over there.
giving it all they
As
got
they
over
should.
there. Two receivers to the left side, one to the right side for Zayd Taylor and company. He has an extra blocker in the backfield with him trying to provide some protection. They look over to the sideline to get any adjustments from their coaches. And the ball off to Horn. He bottled up after a short gain, maybe a yard. Referee's microphone came on. He was nice and polite and didn't say anything crazy to anybody.
Or the players. You know, Ringwood there for the tackle and getting a little bit of help to make sure that Horn stays down.
2nd down and 9 to go now from the 28. And a little bit of movement up front, and this is going to back the Buckeyes up 5 yards. This is where things like noise from the band do come in, Gilmer. As I was saying earlier, they do everything off of a clap and then a silent count after that, and it's off of beats. And you got the drummers up there trying to sound like a clap. No, maybe not trying to. Maybe inadvertently sounding like a clap. Say it that way, how about?
Sounds good to me.
2nd down and 14 to go now from the 33-yard line. Two receivers each side. Taylor sends the tailback out into the flat. Fires, has a man open. He's down quickly. Just a little relief pass there. Complete to number 12, Trace Haynes.
Yeah, good catch there by Haynes, but just goes down on a knee and not able to advance.
3rd down and 5 now for the Buckeyes from the Hawks 24. And they are chewing up a lot of the play clock, and I think they may let the entire first quarter go away. There are 10 seconds in the quarter, 12 seconds on the play clock. Maybe we're down to 1 play left.
Yeah, Haynes actually has 6 touchdown receptions for the year so far.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Your score after 1, Hawks 7, Buckeyes 0. Gilmer, though, threatening. We'll take a break and come back for the second quarter. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Gameday.
Sports injuries can happen anytime, on the field, on the court, and even in your backyard. At Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, we treat sprains, fractures, concussions, and more with fast, compassionate care close to home. We're open 24/7 with on-site imaging like x-rays, ultrasounds, CT scans, and MRI for quick, accurate diagnosis and treatment all in one place. Let us help you get back to the game faster. Visit TexarkanaEmergencyCenter.com for more information.
Tired of banking fees and complicated accounts? With State Bank's My Free Checking account, enjoy no minimum balance and 0 monthly fees. Get a free gift just for opening your checking account, because we believe banking should be rewarding. Great for personal accounts and businesses too.
Camera shot they had straight down, he said you could tell it was about 4 inches short. All right, folks, as we get ready to start the second quarter, it's 3rd down and 5 for the Buckeyes on the Hawk 24-yard line. Fake the handoff. Quarterback Taylor rolling out of the backfield. A flag on the play, several flags on the play. Taylor gets it all the way down near the 6-yard line. Temporarily, it's 1st and goal. The flags are in the area that a lot of times you see a hold unless somebody got some hands up in somebody's face from the defensive side. We'll see what the call is here from the White Hat. So it'll be a hold against the Buckeyes. It'll back them up 10 yards from where they were, and so a 1st and goal turns into a 3rd and long. Fortunate for the Hawks there. Van Songer, the sophomore offensive lineman, called for the infraction there. Moves the ball back to the 34-yard line.
I want to give a shout out to all those that are watching our stream tonight. Let us know where you're watching from and like and share the feed as well. I would imagine there's still a few folks that still think that Pleasant Grove is playing on a Friday night that may have not gotten the news.
Share it out there so everyone knows. 3rd down and 15 now. Hawks with some pressure from the right side. Taylor hit, the ball comes out. Buckeyes are able to get back on it, but it's going to be a massive loss all the way back near the 45-yard line, and it's going to be 4th and a long way for the boys in black and orange.
Yeah, good pressure there by Jalen Foster, able to get through his block and then put a good hit on the quarterback there. I'm sure Zay Taylor's going to have some discussions on some little help there to keep Jalen Foster off of him the rest of the night.
Yeah, it's not a Jalen Foster doesn't just show up and help you to the ground easy as well. 4th down, and the Buckeye punt will be down deep. Oh, it went into the end zone. They tried to play around with it a little bit too long.
Got a little greedy.
Tried to get that extra 3 inches in there, and it did not work, and the ball now will be a touchback, and the Hawks have it back at the 20s. That drive started at the plus 39 for Gilmer, and they went backwards.
You hate to have something like that happen, just a mental mistake there. You know, not only do they get it out on the 20, But now they've got the whole playbook open, whereas if it's down at the 1,
Oh,
you're limited on play calls.
about net 14 from the start of that drive. Colt Yancey and company now bring them out. 2 receivers to the right side. 1 receiver to the left side. Nick Bell's the tailback. Bells gets the handoff. No, it's not big Bells. That's a big stiff arm, though.
Yeah, Marcus
from
Floyd.
Marcus Floyd. 5-yard pickup on the play up to the 25-yard line. And Marcus was upset I called his name wrong and took it out on that poor kid from Gilmer.
Yeah, Marcus Floyd there with a 5-yard run to add to his stats. He's actually coming in averaging 7.7 yards every time he touches it. 3 touchdowns himself.
So that 5-yard run just a little below average is what you're trying to say.
That just means he's fixing to come with about a
Fixing
12 or 13
fixing to
yard.
bring up, fixing to get a bigger one. 2 to the right side now, 1 to the left side. Yancey and Floyd still the backfield. Yancey
He is
trying
beat.
to get it down to Spencer Browning. Browning has to come back on it. And I don't know how that's not called when the defender runs through, and the defender never even turned around looking for the ball. Spencer had to try to come back and get it.
Yeah, a little more air, and Spencer Brown had him by about 2 steps, maybe even 3. But Drake Smith, very appreciative of that ball being thrown where it was, where he could sort of get back into the play. Spencer Brown not able to get his hands on the ball.
About 43 yards in the air on that ball from Yancey. He did about 45 probably. 3rd down and 5 to go for the Hawks now. Hand it off once again to Marcus Floyd, and he's going to be brought down after a short gain. The Buckeyes ready for that one. It'll bring up 4th down, and the Hawks are going to be forced to send in the punt team.
Yeah, good defensive stand there by Gilmer.
Yeah. We're rolling inside of 9 minutes now remaining in the first half. Hawks came out and scored quickly. Since then, it's been a back and forth defensive affair. Hawks punting for the first time tonight. This is a short spiraling punt. It's going to take a good roll for Pleasant Grove, and so Gilmer will have it on their own side at the 36-yard line. Hawks scored on the first drive. And we exchanged turnovers on downs. Gilmer punted, we fumbled. Gilmer punted, we punted. And now the Buckeyes back out there on offense.
Yeah, we've got someone watching the game from a Carnival Dream Cruise out of San Juan.
Well, there you go.
And I think I saw Derek Hooper say that he was watching from the house. Appreciate y'all catching the stream tonight.
2 receivers to the right side, 1 left side. Quarterback wants to throw, steps into it, firing down the field, and it is caught. Just through a couple of defenders, and that's a good catch down there by Jaden Holiday.
Yeah, I thought Solomon was about to come down with that. But I believe that was
Solomon Jackson, yeah.
Solomon Jackson makes a good play on that, and that's why he's got 558 yards receiving so far.
That flips the field and sets the Buckeyes up at the Hawk 18-yard line. Huge play there for Gilmer, and it gets their fans a little bit of life going over here on the home side. Toward the end zone again, incomplete. Jamarian Richardson out there in coverage just jumps up and times that one well to knock it out of the hands of the intended receiver.
Yeah, good defensive coverage there by Jay Rich, and Taylor doing a good job getting the ball out quick, because there was definitely some pressure coming in on the backside from the defense.
Zayd Taylor is joined by Aiden Thomas in the backfield. Look over to the sideline to get the call. Taylor wants to throw. Nope, hands it off to Thomas. Thomas trying to flatten it out, and Hawks will have none of it. He'll lose a couple of yards back to the 20-yard line. Pleasant Grove doing a good job of getting east to west to meet Thomas before he could turn the corner. It'll be 3rd down and 11 now for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, Foster able to force him to the outside and able to get that tackle for loss. It's like we've got KJ Greer coming in to help put a little pressure on these Buckeyes.
2 receivers to the left side, 2 receivers to the right side. Taylor drops back to throw, rolls to his left, trying to direct traffic, pulls it down, gets out of 2 tacklers. The Hawks run into each other. Zayd Taylor is going to be all the way down to the Hawk 3-yard line, so a play that was nearly brought down in the backfield is now 1st down and goal.
Yeah, Taylor slips a tackle by Anderson and is able to get it down to basically the 1-yard line, maybe the 2. But even more important, it is a new set of downs for Gilmer. 1st and goal.
We'll see if they have any sort of heavy package. See number 7 out there for them. Jet Bates, he's a senior tight end. They've got him lined up at the Wildcat. He hands it off to Tavion Horn, but
got a timeout called by the Gilmer coach.
Guess they didn't like what it looked like, so they were just trying, I don't know what they were trying to do there.
It looks like it was going to work.
Yeah, that's what I think is they put in the different big quarterback there, and yeah, it looked to me like we were about to have a score.
We love sharing good news, and especially the success of our athletes and other members of Gilmer High School. We've got a good one to announce.
So they'll take a timeout and want to talk about it. We will take a minute to congratulate our tennis team. They made their way back home today after competing down in Waco, finished up 3rd in the state. And the first trip for team tennis down there to Waco. Coach Eric Pickett, Coach Andy Allen, that entire group do such a fantastic job. Those Hawks represented Pleasant Grove well, and now they'll get ready for individual tennis in the spring coming up soon. But just want to let them know how proud of them we are in Hawk Nation, and just an incredible performance by our tennis Hawks. After the timeout now for the Buckeyes, it's 1st down and 10. Taylor hands the ball off to Horn. Horn will be in. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Just over the goal line. Took a minute for the linesman over here on the Gilmer side to decide whether or not that was going to be a score.
Yeah, Horn actually falls in backwards into the end zone. So we've got a ball game pending a extra point.
Do the little swinging gate formation, and now they bring it over. Kicker is Miguel Castaneda. His kick is up and good. 6:57 remaining in the first half. We're all knotted at 7 apiece. We'll take a break. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Gameday. All right, folks, welcome back here to Gilmer. We've got ourselves a tie ball game with just about half of the second quarter away.
Got Jeremy Harrell on the stream. He's the better half of the Texas High broadcast team. He's getting to actually have a relaxing week, I think. He's probably doing some study for the next week. But, Texas High, I believe, is on a bye week.
Getting a little rest and relaxation. Guarantee you they keep Jeremy busy enough during the week with facilities over there. A little short Maverick-style kick. This one fielded by Javion Butler, and he's going to get it across midfield into Buckeye territory down to the 46-yard line. So the Buckeyes tried a little short kick, and Hawks do a good job to make them pay for that. So Pleasant Grove with a short field now, 46 yards away. Hawks on the last 3 drives have had a turnover on downs, a fumble, and a punt. So we've ended it about every way you can except for a score. So it'd be nice if we get off that high center and get it in the end zone here on this one.
Well, it'd be interesting to see how Pleasant Grove comes out and tries to answer the score of the Gilmer Buckeyes.
Hawks spread them out, 2 to the right side, 1 to the left side. Palmer Gibbs on the carry, and he just took a little bit too much time trying to determine where he was going to go with that ball. Picked up 1 yard on the play, 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, Corbin Jones reads that well, gets through the line, and makes a tackle after a short gain there by Gibbs. Give a shout out to a few Gilmer Buckeye fans that have joined on our stream. Welcome aboard.
Glad to have you here. I know someone else is streaming it because they messaged us about it, but I don't know how you find that stream. 2nd down and 9 to go now from the 45-yard line. Yancey wants to throw. Has a man there, and Jay Rich caught. Jamarian Richardson catches it at the 20. He'll be down near the 16-yard line. And giving forward progress credit down to the 15. 1st and 10 Hawks, and Jay Rich is floating around out there about 2 yards past the would-be defender.
Yeah, that was Amari Garrett, and Jay Rich able to high point that right at about the 16-yard line and drug down at that point. Pleasant Grove gets the ball 1st down at the 15.
1st and 10 Hawks. Yancey company come to the line. There are 5 seconds on the play clock. Get it snapped, hand the ball off to Nick Bells. Bells looking for some room in the middle, does a good job. Keeps his feet driving. We've got a big melange of folks down to the 9-yard line. It'll be a 6-yard pickup, 2nd down and 4. And the Hawks using tempo. I'll tell you, the defensive. Oh. Buckeyes had 12 guys on the field when the ball was snapped. And wasn't a call there. Hand the ball off to Bells into the middle. He's going to be about a yard shy of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Down to the 6. Gilmer was trying their best to get a guy off the field.
So 3rd and short here for Pleasant Grove.
Yancey getting the call from the coaches.
Nick Bells, the running back out there right now.
Hawks break the huddle with 10 seconds on the play clock as we roll inside of 4.5 in the 1st half. 2 receivers to each side, empty backfield. Colt Yancey, quarterback keeper, has enough for the 1st down, reaches it across and down to the 3. 1st and goal Hawks, and Colt Yancey just uses that big body to pick up the necessary yard. 1st and goal, Pleasant Grove from the 3.
I'd like to see some separation here for Bam Harris into the corner.
Let's see. He is down on the right side. Jay Rich on the right side. Spencer Browning by himself to the left. Hand the ball off to Nick Bells. Bells is in. Touchdown Hawks. Nick Bells just powers through the left side. Gets behind KJ Greer, and Hawks punch it in for a score. And so they answer the Buckeyes with a 3-yard Nick Bells touchdown dive. Silas Yowell now with the ball teed up for the extra point. Snap is back, kick is up, and it is good. 3 minutes and 41 seconds remain in the 1st half. Hawks up 14-7. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Hey, I'm Josh Charette, project manager with 2B Builders. We're a local GC here in Texarkana. We have Lone Star out here doing our heating and AC. They do a good job for us. We really appreciate the customer service that they provide. I know that at Lone Star Heating and Air, I can always call Matt or Dave, their head commercial HVAC guy, and they will always pick up the phone when I need them. And that's a big thing when we're working out here on these commercial projects. Usually when we're in a bind, we need something and we need it pretty quickly, and we can rely on Lone Star for that.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Gilmer. James Solomon with the ball. Teed up to kick off once again after the 3-yard touchdown dive by Nick Bells caps off a 46-yard Hawk drive to answer the Gilmer score. And Pleasant Grove now leads at 14-7 over the host Buckeyes. Gilmer does get the ball to start the second half. They've used one of their timeouts. They have 2 remaining. And 3 minutes and 41 seconds. High end over end kick by Solomon. Fielded at the 7-yard line, bounced off the turf by Horn for the Buckeyes. He gets it up across the 20, near the 23.
Yeah, that always concerns me when they bobble the ball a little bit, because a lot of times your kicking team will get out of their lanes, and sometimes that can open up a little seam for them. But Pleasant Grove able to keep that to a fairly, pardon me,
I tell you,
short run there.
Jay and I are peas in a pod tonight with some cough and whatever's going on there. Maybe one of these medical center sponsors we got want to give us a shot tomorrow. Can't get us sounding maybe a little bit better. You can't do much for the looks, but maybe we can at least sound better.
I'm up
Buckeyes
for
trying to air it out here, and the Hawks intercepted. Let's go. That is Jaden Scales, and he just read that one well. I don't really know where Zayd Taylor was trying to go with it. He just cocked back and sailed it. And Jaden Scales just ran under it like it was intended for him until the Hawks have it first down and 10. So that was a one-play drive that ended in interception. So the Hawks with a turnover to match the one that Gilmer had earlier.
Coach Fincher may want to talk to him about playing outfield. That was an over-the-shoulder catch.
Up there and pulled that thing down. Pleasant Grove now has it at the 36-yard line. 2 receivers to each side for Colt Yancey. Nick Bells to his right in the backfield. Yancey pump fake, wants to throw, caught. Camden Harris at the 40. Bam, makes a man miss at midfield. Camden Harris still on his feet at the opposite 40, shoved out of bounds near the 35-yard line. Camden Harris is a big body, and he just gallops across the middle of the field and picks up an extra 22 yards after the catch.
Yeah, Drake Smith, I think, stayed with him for about 7 yards with the stiff arm there. So Bam Harris making a good play, cutting across the middle, and gets the ball into Gilmer territory.
First and 10 Hawks at the 37-yard line, and that's the deal. You don't know if Harris or Jay Rich or Spencer Browning are going to ever end up on top of a leaderboard, but you look at the cumulative effect that those 3 guys have had, plus some other guys thrown in throughout the year, and this receiving core has done well. Colt Yancey gets a big head of steam this time. It was a quarterback keeper the whole way. And the big junior picks up 9 yards and just barrels down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Second down and 1.
Yeah, I like seeing Yancey be able to keep that ball. Sort of forces those linebackers to stay home. And you might catch those cornerbacks taking an extra peek inside to allow those receivers to get a little bit more open.
Browning and Bells to the left. Richardson and Harris to the right. Empty backfield for Colt Yancey. Throws it out, caught. Nick Bells out in the flat. He's going to get the first down. Picked up a block out there from Spencer Browning. Browning kind of got knocked back by the defender there, but Bell's able to duck under him. Spencer got enough of a chip on there to squeak Bells by for the first down. First and 10 Hawks at the 26, and now Pleasant Grove using tempo. 2:08 remaining here in the first half. Yancey looking left, wants to throw, trying to get it to the end zone. Spencer Browning caught, touchdown Hawks. Spencer Browning just reaches up and snags that thing out of the air. Hand-eye coordination and knowing where his feet are. Spencer Browning is a dangerous man on the border.
Yeah, another great catch by Browning. Same corner of the end zone as last week when he made the one-handed catch. And just, once again, knowing where he is on the field and how much room he has before going out of bounds. Great play there, and good throw there by Colt Yancey.
Yeah, just put it right where no one else could get to it, and Spencer reached up and just snagged it out of the air. And I think Gilmer called a timeout here.
We've got the 2-minute.
Oh, 2-minute timeout. That's what we got. Okay. I was trying to figure out. I can't see the scoreboard from where I am, and as I leaned forward, and so I was trying to figure out why we stopped play all of a sudden, but that's what it was.
I would have thought they would have actually maybe gone ahead and done both kicks and then given them a break, but I don't know what I'm doing as far as refereeing.
Hey, I guess when it gets to 2 minutes, you just stop whatever's happening. Well, they don't have 2-minute timeouts during the middle of dinner.
There's been some times I've had to stop.
Well, yeah.
And then start back over.
Yeah, I mean, but
Thanksgiving.
Don't want a clock involved with it. I just need it to be a natural situation. That's what happens when you give us too much time to talk about things and nobody else is playing football on a Thursday night.
It's going to go to food.
Yeah, hey, what do you expect? Silas Yowell's extra point coming up here. And I tell you, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera here, but we'll wait till after the kick to talk about it. Snap his back, kick is up. Eli Halton, the way he gets the ball back there, he is one of the top deep snappers in the nation. Going to Arkansas next year, committed to them, but he gets the ball back there.
And I think he did
quickly.
get his 5th star here during the season.
He did. Yeah, so pretty impressive to see that there.
Not sure who will be coaching him next year, but he is going to Fayetteville.
Yeah. It's interesting being a Hog fan, Jay. I don't know what to tell you. We have been on the wrong side of a lot of 3-point games this year, save for the Notre Dame game. Everything's been within 3 points and just can't get luck to bounce our way. James Solomon with the ball teed up right in the middle of the field. A high end-over-end kick. Picked up at the 5-yard line. The deep man for Gilmer. He's trying to reverse field to the left. He's going to have some room in front of him. And the Hawks slow him down, forced him out of bounds. That's Judson Halter. Halter, the backup quarterback out there on the kickoff team, showing off the wheels. And so Gilmer will have it at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, Hudson's closing speed did not allow Solomon to lay another lick on a Buckeye. Solomon was coming up hard and heavy as well.
Hawks leading at 21-7, 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining in the first half. 2 receivers to each side for Zade Taylor.
Looks like pressure's coming from the outside.
He rolls to his left, trying to get away from it. Kedrid Smith in pursuit. Taylor runs out of bounds up across the 30.
And
Pickup of 3 on the play. Yeah, 4.
And that's a name that we're glad to be able to say tonight. Kedrid, coming back after an injury.
Run out of bounds, stops the clock at 1:43. Empty backfield now. 3 to the right side, 2 to the left side. Taylor scoops up a little bit of a low snap. Has good protection. Ball comes out, it's on the ground, and the Hawks are going to have it. Ball is knocked out from behind.
Foster was held, gets out of the hold, and knocks the ball out. He is a phenomenal young man to watch.
Hustle play, Jalen Foster, and now the Hawks have 1 minute and 32 seconds left. Number 64 gets called for the hold, lets his man go, and then they give up a fumble. Not something he wanted to do. So Pleasant Grove will have it now, 1st and 10 at the plus 39-yard line. Hawks leading at 21-7 here. 132 remaining in the game.
The Hawks get 2 turnovers back-to-back on Gilmer possessions here. And Gilmer, you mentioned they do get the ball in the second half, but PG score here definitely makes things interesting.
Oh, absolutely. 2 receivers to each side. Colt Yancey wants to throw. Pulls it down, fires, incomplete, just a little bit high. Yancey was running toward Jabry in Baltimore when he let it go, and it just made the ball sail. Man, Baltimore had some room in front of him. Second down and 10 now.
Yeah, Yancey's had a couple of times where he's just thrown the ball extremely hard tonight.
Yeah, and that kind of put a little sauce on it. Marcus Floyd, the tailback now. He gets the carry, trying to come left. Spins off of a tackler, and Marcus Floyd still on his feet inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. Looked like he may have been bottled up, and instead of wrapping up, the tackler just ran into him. And the Hawks in business down at the 15-yard line and quickly back to the line using tempo.
I think they hope to get Marcus Floyd back to his average.
Ball bounces out. Floyd picks it up off the turf, though. He'll be a loss of 3 on the play, but
fortunate
could have been a lot worse to come off the turf like that. Of course, that turf is only nominally softer than a basketball court, I think. We were out there walking on it before the game.
Yeah, there's not quite as many pebbles.
Something hadn't been swept.
On the field.
Something's going on.
As I've been used to walking this season.
A pretty firm surface out there. Hawks take a timeout to stop the clock with 1:04 remaining. Pleasant Grove has 2 timeouts left, so does Gilmer. It'll be second down and 13 from the 17-yard line when we break from the timeout. We want to remind you, we will bring you halftime. The Pleasant Grove Showstoppers will perform, and the band will perform Sparks of Illumination. Pleasant Grove heading to area competition. Need a top 6 finish there to qualify for state, as they did last year. And so that competition will either be Saturday or Monday, depending on the weather. And so this will be the last full run-through for the band for that. Yancey trying to get it to Spencer Browning. It's tipped in the air and incomplete. Just a little bit short.
Yeah, Davenport.
Third down.
Yeah, Davenport there on the defensive coverage there, basically in Spencer's back pocket. Makes a good play there. I'm not sure the ball could have just been thrown that much better. But Spencer Browning just not able to come down with it. So a big third down here for Pleasant Grove.
Third down and 17. Certainly in 4-down territory. Pitch it out, incomplete. Trying to get something set up to Jaden Scales, and I'll tell you, it was read completely by Johnson out there in the flat.
Yeah, Gilmer definitely had that one sniffed out. It's going to bring on a field goal attempt here by Pleasant Grove.
It'll be a 34-yard attempt from Silas Yowell. Kick is up. No good. It's a little bit short. I couldn't tell if somebody got a hand on it, but there's a flag on the play, so we'll see what that's about. Looks like it may be something against. They're saying they jumped over the line. Yeah.
I think they used a Gilmer player another Gilmer player on leverage.
Yep. So we'll see. It's a
Personal foul. Hurdling, number 2
wow.
on the defense. That penalty's a half a distance to go. Automatic first down.
That is a big one. It's a half the distance and automatic first down. That was called against number 10, Corbin Jones. They called hurdling. And that will be a big penalty and turn a missed field goal into a fresh set of downs for the Hawks. First and goal from the 8.
Yeah, I didn't think the Whitehead did us any favors on allowing the substitution time.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
caused it to be, it was 4 seconds when I looked up, and they still haven't snapped it. So it caused Yao to rush that just a little bit, but penalty on the play, so Pleasant Grove gets first and goal. Less than a minute remaining in this first half.
2 receivers to the left side, 1 receiver to the right side. 54 seconds left. Hawks with 2 timeouts. Chance to punch it in from here at the 8. And the Hawks are going to take one of the timeouts here to talk about it. So around the district tomorrow, some of the other games that we will want to keep up with as we get, this will be the first game of week 3, and then we'll see what the rest of our district does next week, and things really start to come into focus for the playoffs and who's in and who's out and that type of thing. Seeding is always going to be important. North Lamar plays Spring Hill, and then Van and Pittsburgh will play. That Van-Pittsburgh game is going to be a big one just up the road here in Pirate Stadium.
And they may be playing tonight.
I don't see either of them on here. There's a lot of other games going on. Salina's playing tonight. Carthage is playing tonight. Athens. Dangerfield's up 41-0 over Hughes Springs, but it's like the district games. At least they're not showing up on the Dave Campbell's app. 2 receivers to each side for Colt Yancey here from first and goal. Little fake quarterback keeper, and man, that's just good play there on defense. The play call was what you wanted it to be. That was that little Tim Tebow jump pass.
Yes.
And Walker Wright just trying to see it down into his hands, and it was just punched out from behind by the defender for Gilmer. That's a Tavian Ector. And that was just a good heads-up play on defense. Can't really say much more about that. Second and goal now. Hawks break the huddle with 10 seconds on the play clock. Bells comes out of the backfield. Bells is wide open, catches it. He's in. Touchdown, Hawks. That was another beautiful play design, and Nick Bells just snuck out of the backfield. Just waited on the ball there at the 1-yard line. Just had to lean over the end zone for the score. And the Hawks spread this thing out. That is an 8-yard.
Yeah, that is his second TD reception of the season and second score tonight.
Yow's kick is up and good. 43 seconds remain in the first half. Hawks lead at 28-7. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Gameday.
Craving fajitas but short on time? That's not a problem. Just give us a call and place your order, and we will have them ready for you with no lines or waiting. With same ingredients and the same freshness every day. If life moves fast, so do we. No time to waste. Satisfy your cravings today.
All right, folks, in the waning seconds of the second quarter, the Hawks are set to kick off once again, leading at 28-7 over the host Gilmer Buckeyes. This time after an 8-yard touchdown reception by Nick Bells. Tailback just floated out of the backfield, and it was a nice outlet for Colt Yancey. And James Solomon with the kickoff duties once again. And high end over end kick, fielded at the 5-yard line, bounced off the turf by the return man for Gilmer, and he's going to get it up to the 24-yard line.
He had Halter in there on that stop, as well as Griffin Gibbs. Got a freshman and a junior making a stop on kickoff. So Gilmer's got 38 seconds to try to move the ball and answer the last Pleasant Grove score.
Their 7th offensive drive. They are 75 yards away from the end zone. Time for the Hawk defense to get a turnover. Maybe Seth Gunlock can add to his season total of interceptions. And the Buckeyes are going to just be content to go into halftime trailing by 3 scores. We'll see if they have to do one more. And I'll tell you, that surprised me a little bit, Jay. I thought they might try to.
I mean, they've had a couple of long passes go their way tonight on some 50-50 balls. And Gilmer's happy to go into the.
Burn up the final 43 seconds and just let it go away. So that's going to do it for the first half. Your score, Hawks 28, Buckeyes 7. We'll take a break and come back with the showstoppers and then the Pleasant Grove Hawk Band. Make sure you join us for halftime right after this. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Texarkana, it's game day and Lost Pizza is ready to feed the fans. From thick crust to thin, we make our dough fresh every single day and top it with all the flavors your crew loves. We are locally owned, locally operated, and proud to support our community in everything we do, from school spirit nights to hometown fundraisers. Dine in, take out, or order online, we're always ready for kickoff. Lost Pizza Company, Texarkana. Fueling game day the local way.
Diamond Bank walks with its customers through every step of life, side by side. From the first checking account in high school to the first home or business loan, Diamond Bank is committed to helping you with all of your financial needs. Diamond Bank's growth is the result of the growth of our customers, and we want to help you feel that same growth. We are proud to have the ability to give back to our local school districts, community organizations, veterans, customers, and more in a multitude of ways. Come discover the Diamond Bank difference with local people making local decisions for our local community. Stop by our current location in Texarkana at 5714 Richmond Road or visit us online at www.diamond.bank to see our products and services. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
For over 20 years, Hoover Stone and Stucco has been building and restoring exteriors that last. And now that same expert knowledge powers Hoover Soft Wash.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pleasant Grove High School proudly presents, under the direction of Miss Brooklyn Bearden, the 2025 American Drill Team Small Team High Kick Champions, our spectacular Pleasant Grove Showstoppers. showstopper officers are Junior Lieutenant Hava Eldridge, Junior Lieutenant Charlie McNeil, Senior Lieutenant Kaylee Bolton. The 2025-2026 showstopper captain is Senior Sophie Douglas. The showstopper of the week is Maddie Franklin. Tonight, the showstoppers will perform a streamer routine to Starships. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Let's hear for our fabulous showstoppers. Tonight's performance is sponsored by Graphic Packaging International. Thank you for your magnificent support. Go Hawks! All right, we have the results of the 2029 Split the Pot. The winner is Mary Jane Dean. Mary Jane Dean, you are the winner of the 2029 Split the Pot. You may pick up your prize at the stadium entrance. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pleasant Grove Independent School District proudly presents for your continuing halftime entertainment the award-winning Pleasant Grove High School Band. Pleasant Grove High School Band is led on the field by drum majors senior Edie Venable and sophomores Ivy Meadows and Salman Pasha. Color guard captain is senior Aubrey Franklin. Color guard lieutenants are Elisha and Aaliyah Angel. Tonight, the Pleasant Grove High School Band will perform their 2025 competition show, Sparks of Illumination. assisted by Devin Sipes, Jody Digby, Devin Sutton, Anna Sutton, Hannah Prine, and Don Colquitt.
My name is Doug Willett. I own M&M Tire and Auto Center. We've been here for over 40 years. We're just a mom and pop place. We service any type of vehicle that you can think of. We do front end alignments. We've got the best front end alignment machine guys here, and we also do AC work for the new Freon, which is the 1234 FY. We do that too. Plus tires. Now that's the major thing. Cooper Tire employees, we're really special with them. We give you 15% off, plus also you get your Goodyear employee refunds back on your tires, which is great for you. Extra value is what you get when you buy from Doug Willett. Don't worry, my guys will take care of you too.
Hello everyone, I'm Jason with Golden Corral in Texarkana. I've got big cheers going out to Lone Star Heating and Air. I talked with Matt Shirley over at Lone Star Heating and Air. They actually came out, looked to see what we needed. They ordered the supplies or the equipment and everything. They came in and they did the install. They did 2 units in 1 day with no business disruptions whatsoever. Thanks to Lone Star Heating and Air, we got our air up and going and everything's running good.
Meet Tony Langford Roofing, your trusted name in roofing solutions. Decades of experience and top-notch service. Passionate about your home safety, we treat every roof like our own. From repairs to full installations, we've got your home covered. Upgrade your roof with our variety of styles and materials. For roofs that last long, choose Tony Langford Roofing. We've got you covered.
High School Stars Drill Team, directed by Donna Lane and Taylor Rohde. Officers from left to right are Bella Tay, senior, Jamie Hill, junior, Jocelyn Sanchez, senior, Audrey Abrams, senior, Junior Reeves, senior. Star of the Week is Destiny Kilgore. The Stars perform a colorful disc routine to Bang Bang.
Buckeyes as the Stars kick to the fight song. Celebrating 99 years of tradition, the Gilmer Buckeye Band is proud to present the 2025 Majorettes. Go Team Monster! And now, Gilmer Independent School District is proud to present for the most decorated military marching bands in Texas, the pride of Upshur County, the 5-time UIL State Marching Finalist, Gilmer Buckeye Band. Under the field command of senior drum majors Carter Garment and Genesis Sanchez, with feature twirler Andy Sanchez. The band steps off to Sweet Land of Liberty Fanfare by Sachinsky, Cyrus the Great, an Emblem of Freedom by King, and God of Our Fathers, arranged by Larry Ward. Gilmer High School Buckeye Band. The Gilmer Band recently performed at the UIL Region Marching Contest. For the 18th year in a row, the band earned a first division rating, which qualifies them to advance to the UIL State.
At Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, we provide fast and compassionate emergency care for all ages. From cardiology to pediatric to outpatient imaging, our board-certified physicians are dedicated to exceptional care when you need it most. Our on-site laboratory offers full diagnostic testing, including MRIs, X-rays, CT scans, and ultrasounds, allowing for comprehensive care in one location. Conveniently located off Calhoun Creek Road, open 24/7, we're ready to help you feel better faster. Visit TexarkanaEmergencyCenter.com today. At Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, we provide fast and compassionate emergency care for all ages. From cardiology to pediatric to outpatient imaging, our board-certified physicians are dedicated to exceptional care when you need it most. Our on-site laboratory offers full diagnostic testing, including MRIs, X-rays, CT scans, and ultrasounds, allowing for comprehensive care in one location. Conveniently located off Calhoun Creek Road, open 24/7, we're ready to help you feel better faster. Visit TexarkanaEmergencyCenter.com today.
All right, folks, welcome back as we get ready to start the second half here in Gilmer. Your Pleasant Grove Hawks leading at 28-7 at intermission. And a fantastic performance by the Showstoppers and the Hawk Band during halftime, Jay. Lots of excitement, and now ready to get this thing finished up here and see if the Hawks can continue in the second half like we did in the first half and put this thing away, or if both teams just want to run the ball a whole lot and send everybody home in about 45 minutes. I'm good with that, too.
Yeah, either way is good with me, but be interesting to see what type of halftime adjustments Gilmer makes to see if they can't at least get within 2 scores with this opening drive of the second half. I think in high school football, anything can happen. You'd like to think that this is a must-score time for Gilmer.
Yeah, we'll see what it does. James Solomon's kick will send the return man back to the 3-yard line. He gets it up across the 25 to the 27. A little twirling around there at the end of that play as two guys shoving on each other. That was Horn, the return man. Tavion Horn is a sophomore, and he has been impressive to me out there on the field in a variety of ways. And so they have the ball 1st and 10 at the 27 yard line.
Horn's been very, very impressive tonight, and you can see why he is their lead back.
Showing some pressure from the right side. Tell you, Buck Anderson met the ball carrier in the hole, but was able to get about a yard after that. Pick up of 4 yards on the play. 2nd down and 6 to go.
KJ Greer getting the call to take up the middle there for Pleasant Grove.
2nd down.
2 receivers left side now, 1 receiver right side. Foster showing some pressure from the top. Quarterback steps into the pocket and
fumble.
Ball comes out once again. The Hawks say they have it.
Jalen Foster forces a fumble.
I tell you, Jalen Foster is a problem around the ball and in the backfield. And it is a fumble recovered by the Hawks. So that puts that down. And Seth Goonlock coming up with the ball. He's somebody else that always just seems to get around the ball. So that's the 2nd fumble that the Hawks have forced against Gilmer. Also have an interception on the evening, and this one sets Pleasant Grove up at the plus 35-yard line.
I think that may have actually been Zion Lewis that ended up at the bottom of the pile there with the ball.
Okay. Maybe Goodluck just was coming off the field there behind him. 1st and 10. Palmer Gibbs is the back in the game. Fincher, the man wide to the right side. They split receivers to each side now. 2 apiece. Yancey wants to throw, caught Bam Harris, and I tell you, that little crossing route by Bam Harris is just dangerous. He gets his big body there up, able to high point that ball and floated in the air for probably the better part of a second before he pulled that one down at the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Hawks.
Yeah, Colt Yancey puts that ball at the highest point for Bam to be able to get up there and go get it. And it seems like that crossing route has been available to Yancey most of the evening.
Spencer Browning is by himself on the left side. There's 3 receivers on the right side. Trying to get it out. It sails over the head. That time it's just too high for Walker Wright. They tried to hit him underneath the defenders. I tell you, though, it might have been setting something up because the defenders crashed down and Bam Harris was standing on the S in Buckeyes in the end zone by himself. Would not be surprised if we see that play coming back here in just a little bit. Palmer Gibbs still the tailback here on 2nd down and goal. He gets the handoff, looking for some room in the middle. Be bottled up quickly, got about a yard on the play. An interior line for Gilmer.
So this time it's Palmer Gibbs up the middle. Buckeyes everywhere on that stop.
Yeah, Buckeyes line does a good job just not giving up anything on that play. Brings up 3rd and goal for Pleasant Grove, getting us to the 10-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter.
Split receivers to each side now for Yancey. Nick Bales in it back. Colt wants to throw, trying to get it to Nick in the corner. Incomplete, just sailed out of bounds over everyone's head. Nick was turning around and trying to find it, but it was too far away from everyone. Tried to get that little wheel route out of the backfield, and I think it just flattened out a little bit too much. 4th down and goal now. Silas Yao had a field goal attempt from around this area earlier. That was no good. Hawks going to go for it here on 4th down and goal. This drive started at the plus 35 after the defense forced a fumble. Big 4th down play here on 4th and goal. Jay Rich in motion. They fake to him. They want to throw, trying to get Bam Harris in the corner. Incomplete, and that's, I don't know how that's not pass interference when you don't even turn around and try to make a play on the ball. And Harris is asking the field judge maybe for some clarification on that. But there is no penalty on the play. Ball goes over on downs, and so it will be Gilmer football.
I think you're allowed to use both hands to try to catch it. And,
yeah, and if you've got somebody grabbing a hold of the other one. Yeah, it was
maybe different here in this county.
What do the kids say? Sometimes it be that way. So the Buckeyes now back with it at the 9-yard line. Coach Darby got his crew fired up over there on the sideline as he sent the defense out. 2 receivers left side, 1 receiver to the right side. And off to the back in the middle. That's Horn. He gets it up to the 15-yard line. He is planted there.
A great open field tackle there by Jaden Scales, driving him into the ground. Not after he did move the ball 6 yards.
2nd down and 4. Taylor hands it off to Horn once again. He's going to have enough for the 1st down, so Gilmer just trying to bulldoze their way forward here. They get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line on back-to-back carries by Horn. Picked up a good block that time by the fullback, Traylon Jones, number 43. Move Jones over to the right side of the formation now. 2 receivers left side, 1 right side for Zade Taylor. Taylor wants to throw, try to get a little crossing route, incomplete, and the receiver, Solomon Jackson, never even looked up for it. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Terrell Patton came in on the right side with the blitz, and Taylor wisely throws in that direction, but the receiver just had not had time to come out of his cut. Brings up 2nd and 10.
8:43 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. The Hawks up by 3 scores. 2 receivers to the left now, 1 on the right. Taylor gets the call from his coaches on the sidelines. The play clock rolls inside of 10 seconds. Hands the ball to Horn, off tackle right. Hawks bring him down after a gain of 4. Still got a good push from the middle of that line. Hawks try to get it clogged up there in the middle. Zion Lewis, the nose guard.
Yeah, Gilmer's got something special in their running back.
Yeah.
Tavion is running hard, and he's got some speed.
Yeah, especially for a sophomore out there. He is certainly going to be something to deal with. Zade Taylor is a junior, their quarterback. He steps down now, and he's going to have enough for the 1st down and some. As he had nowhere to go down the field and just found some open acreage there on the right side of the formation of the Hawk defense. And this drive that started on the 9-yard line is now up to the 41. Look over and get the call. From the sideline.
Yeah, no negative plays or penalties so far for Gilmer on this drive.
Move the H back over to the right in the formation. Zade Taylor looks left, wanting to throw, flushed out of the pocket to his left, trying to direct traffic down the field. He's going to pull it down this time. He'll be stopped quickly. Hawks trying to knock the ball out. People are losing their mind, I think, because they saw Jalen Foster punching the ball there. I think they may have thought he was trying to punch his quarterback there.
Yeah, Buck Anderson does a good job standing him up and then waiting for a few more Hawks to bring him down.
2nd down and 9 to go. And they let a lot of time run down on that play clock. They get the number in. Now everybody's ready. Taylor looks left, throws a little short pass. Out to the left side. Buck Anderson comes over to bring down the receiver. Be 3rd down and 2. So no big crazy plays, but just methodically kind of moving it down the field here on this drive. The Buckeyes are near midfield now at the 49-yard line. They need the Hawk 49 for a 1st down. They hand it to Horn again. Horn will get the 1st down to about the 47-yard line. 1st and 10. Gilmer.
Yeah, I'm not thinking there just needs to be a huge sense of urgency, but I'm really surprised that Gilmer's allowing as much time to come off the clock in between plays.
6:12 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Slade Taylor flushed out of the pocket. On the move. Right now, just content to get whatever the Hawks will allow. He picks up 11 on that one. They get a fresh set of downs at the Hawks' 36-yard line. That will stop the clock as he steps out of bounds at 5:50. We talked about it a little bit before the game, Jay. Dave Campbell's had this a 6-point contest, and Gilmer's had some lopsided losses, but I think it's kind of uncharacteristic for who they have. And we talked about it there during pregame. They got some athletes out there, and Hawks are going to have to stay disciplined. Horn on the carry this time, and Pleasant Grove does get to him quickly. It'll be a loss on the play as Buck Anderson wraps him up. Brings him down for -1.
Yeah, Ringwood does a great job on the defensive end position there, containing and forcing Horn back inside, and Buck Anderson and one other Hawk able to tackle a loss there for about 1 yard.
Clock inside of 5:10 now in the 3rd. Slade Taylor rolling left. Again, just designed quarterback run the whole way. Jaden Scales comes up to trip him up. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 10. That was a good play out there in the open field by Scales.
Yeah, Jalen Foster was coming down the line with some speed. Jaden Scales able to make that good open field tackle. He's had a few of those tonight's match.
3rd down and 9. Again, Jay, like you said, just no sense of urgency or trying to move quickly. You can hear the Gilmer faithful not too pleased with that approach. Eight seconds on the play clock now, and they're going to take a timeout. We're going to take a timeout with them. You are watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Gameday.
Start your day with seamless transactions. Add your State Bank card to your device's digital wallet and enjoy the convenience of tap-and-go payments. Easy, secure, and thankfully at your fingertips. Simplify your day with State Bank's digital wallet. Your family, your bank, State Bank.
All right, folks. After the Gilmer timeout, 3:58 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. It's third down and 9 from the Hawk 35-yard line. Taylor and Horn in the backfield, 2 receivers right side, 1 receiver left side.
Yep. Both teams looking at their coaches for the calls.
Taylor hands off to Horn, off tackle left. He picked up maybe 4 on the play, down to the 31. It'll be 4th down. 4th and 5.
He gets stopped by Julian Toby. Gain of 4. We've got a critical 4th and 5.
Got Zion Lewis coming in for KJ Greer here.
Catch my breath a minute. 3 receivers in a bunch formation out to the right side. Taylor will be hit and brought down on 4th down.
Zion Lewis steps in there and makes a big play, getting some time.
Turnover on downs. That is a huge 4th down. You can hear the coaches in the box next to us. They were fired up about that, and it's 1st and 10 Hawks at the 30-yard line. That drive started on the 9, got all the way to the Hawk 30. And Pleasant Grove stiffens there, and now the Hawk offense will come back out on the field. That also ate up a big chunk of the third quarter, 3:09 remaining in the third.
Yeah, 15 minutes remaining in this game. I would say as a PG fan, I'm good with those methodical series by Gilmer.
Oh. A little too jumpy out here, and I think J. Rich got moving a little bit before. Got Gilmer to jump, but got our own guy to jump over here as well. I'm going to call it on Bam Harris. I really think it was J. Rich that moved.
Colt Yancey going all the way to the sideline to get the play call.
So the flag moves it back to the 25-yard line. That's where the Hawks will have it 1st down and 15. They'll break the huddle and send 3 receivers to the right side, 1 receiver to the left side. Tailback lined up to the left of Yancey. Nick Bell's on the carry, and he's just going to be tripped up by the ankles. Got maybe 2 yards on the play as he was trying to get around the left side, and the defensive end for Gilmer out there just able to get a hand out and bring him down.
Yeah, Dylan Griffin able to bring him down for a tackle there.
2nd down and 13 to go. Yancey wants to throw, looking left, trying to connect to Spencer Browning. Caught in stride, Spencer Browning. Deep into Buckeye territory, down to the 24-yard line. And that's how you draw it up, Jay, just a little pitch and catch.
Yeah, I've got my phone set up watching the stream as well, and so it's sort of acting as a replay, and that was a great-looking catch there by Spencer Browning.
Hawks with tempo now, back to the line quickly. Yancey throwing incomplete. That went a little bit low to Walker off of his knees.
Incomplete, intended for Walker Wright. Now 2nd and
Yancey
10.
kind of choked it a little bit there as he sent it out, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, good coverage there by Gilmer. He probably would have gotten maybe 2 or 3 yards on that had he been able to pull that in.
Fincher in the game at the top of your screen to the left side, 2 receivers down on the bottom at the right. Nick Bells is the tailback. Bells gets the tote here. Looking for some room in the middle, chops his feet and gets to the 2nd level inside the 20. Down to the 17-yard line. Until it's 3rd down, all the Gilmer kids hold their hands up in the air. They got a little volleyball type situation going on. They got a lot of hand signals that they do in unison. I don't know. They must spend a few practices a week working on those, I think. Third down and 3 to go.
Yeah, the third quarter for the Pleasant Grove Hawks has been the least productive in scoring.
Yeah. Oh, all year long?
All year long, yes.
Yancey hands the ball off to Marcus Floyd. Floyd spins away from the first would-be tackler and gets it down to the 10-yard line. And it's 1st and goal Hawks. Pleasant Grove did get it down to the 7. Give it to the 9 earlier before a turnover on downs with a 1st and goal. We'll try to get it in here.
Yeah, the only points that Pleasant Grove has given up in the first quarter all year long have been 2 safeties. So 4 points in the first quarter of their games.
Hawks will spread them out wide now. 3 to the right side, 1 to the left side. Now they bring Walker right back into the backfield for a little extra protection. And the ball off to Marcus Floyd. He may lean forward for a yard. He was hit immediately as he got to the line of scrimmage. Palmer Gibbs comes in now to give him a breather.
Yeah, Dylan Griffin comes in from his linebacker role and helps plug up that hole. Basically, no gain, maybe a yard.
And I think the Hawks are going to let this thing roll down. There's about a 1-second differential between play clock and game clock. And so they are. So we're going to let this roll down. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. So a third quarter that only had 3 offensive drives, a long one by Gilmer, ate up most of it. Finished at a turnover on downs. This Hawk drive started at the 30. We'll come back in the fourth quarter. It'll be 2nd and goal for the Hawks. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Gameday.
My name is Cedric Harris. I'm here with Swing Lab Baseball Academy on behalf of Randall Glass. We're excited to add to the fabric of this strong baseball community. We're proud to have used Lone Star Heating and Air as our HVAC provider. Lone Star aligns well with our core values of it being a locally owned family business. We know that we're in good hands with Lone Star due to their reliability and expertise, the quality equipment, and the ease of communication in case any breakdowns happen. We know that we'll be able to get things taken care of.
So today we're here at Swing Lab. We just want to let everyone know that we do commercial projects and we'd be glad to help you out. We do offer preventative maintenance programs as well. We've invested in a nice mobile trailer. We can do your rooftop units, your ground units, whatever you may need. So in the future, if you need anything, please give us a call at Lone Star Heating and Air. We would be glad to take care of all your heating and cooling needs.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Gilmer. It is the fourth quarter, and the Hawks lead at 28-7. Pleasant Grove threatening once again, 2nd down and goal from the 9. This drive started on the Pleasant Grove 30 after a turnover on down, so it'll be a 70-yard campaign if we can punch it in here. Palmer Gibbs, the tailback. They fake to him. Yancey going to pull it down. Tells Gibbs to go toward the end zone, and it's incomplete. Sails out of bounds. Tried a little backyard football there, and it was over Gibbs' head. It's too far out of bounds anyway. I don't think Gibbs would have been able to track that one down either. I'm not sure that is his game out there wide open.
Yeah, score of interest, the Pittsburgh Pirates are leading the Van Vandals 21-7 coming out of halftime.
Wow.
And so that's going to put a little kink into this district's
Pittsburgh coming to Hawk Stadium next Friday on Halloween. So that has the potential to be a really big game. Palmer Gibbs here. Forward progress. We'll say it should have got him down somewhere around the 6 or 7. And it'll be 4th and goal.
Yeah, Tyler Hagler not willing to let go of Gibbs' arm and able to stop his forward momentum. Coach Gibson looks like he's going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hawks went for it earlier from the 9. This one 4th and goal from the 7. convert some of these. Some good momentum for the rest of the season. Yancey firing toward the end zone, incomplete. Out of reach. And so the ball goes over on downs. And Gilmer will now have it. So we have traded turnovers on downs here in the second half. Gilmer started with a fumble on their first offensive drive of the second half. And so they'll have it 1st and 10 at the 7-yard line. We'll see if Gilmer starts to show any more sense of urgency. They certainly did not seem to try to move with any quickness in the third quarter. And the ball at the tailback trying to come left. He has good head of steam making the corner, gets out near the 15-yard line.
Jaden Scales able to go east and west and track him down, but not before Gilmer's able to move the sticks for a first down.
Got exactly 10 yards to be able to move that. Send their receivers out, 2 to each side. Hayden Thomas is the back. And the ball, a little tunnel screen pass, and the Hawks read this one very well. And Terrell Patton, no, excuse me, that's Keedrick Smith.
All over that one.
He just plants the receiver. I thought that was the number 8 at first. Keedrick, a little welcome back love tap. 2nd down and 11 now after the loss of 1. Ball to the tailback. Again, the Hawks are all over it this time. He tries to bounce it out to the right side. Pleasant Grove had several guys converge on the ball carrier. The first man to get to him is number 61, Jamie King. Pickup of about 2 yards on the play. 3rd down and 9 to go now.
Yeah, that interior line just continues to get better and better each week. I think we've seen 5 different rotations out there just tonight.
Zay Taylor wants to throw, firing toward the sideline, incomplete. Good play out there in the open field by Jamarian Richardson. And coach there in the black hoodie must have said something to Jay Rich. And Jay Rich might have taken a little bit of offense to it, or may have told him, "You should Google me, sir, before you say something crazy." I don't know what he told him, but
right,
a little bit of interesting. See a grown man talking to a kid.
No, great defensive play there by Jay Rich, knocking the ball away from the receiver.
Waiting on the punt, and James Solomon calls for the fair catch just inside Buckeye territory. So Pleasant Grove back on offense. We had a turnover on downs on the last 2 offensive drives, the only 2 offensive drives we've had here in the second half. This one starting from the plus 47. 8:41 remaining in the ball game. The Hawks leading it 28-7 here at Gilmer.
Yeah, staying in bounds and positive plays are what we're looking for to close this out.
And the ball off to Nick Bells. Bells bounces it back around the left side. Nick Bells is on the move. Cuts it inside at the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Hawks. Nick Bells from 47 yards away.
What a great run.
Just turned on the Jets.
And I wish, I could not recall who the receiver was. It may have been Ross Serene.
Yeah.
Out there does the last bit of blocking for Pleasant Grove.
It was him or Terrell Ward won. It was.
I think it was Terrell. 29. We had a block.
Yep, had a blocked extra point, and so it will be 34-7. The Hawks lead it. 8:28 remaining in the ball game. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Gameday.
Nerf Wars, safe. Dodgeball, safe. Kickball, batting cages, and glow-in-the-dark parties. You're all safe here, baby. Looking for a birthday party that's anything but ordinary? Iconic Performance Center brings the fun to you. With 2 hours of high-energy activities, plus music and dancing, this will be the party they'll never forget. Book your iconic birthday party today at iconicperformancecenter.net or just call 903-293-9949.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Gilmer as James Solomon has the ball teed up for Pleasant Grove. This may be the first time he's kicked from this direction. No, we scored. Just looked odd to me. Sends the return man back into his end zone. He's going to bring it out from there and try to make something happen. The Hawks are going to bring him down before the 20-yard line near the 18.
Yeah, Seth Gunlock there able to trip him up. Keep that to a reasonable kick return.
The Hawks break the second half drought tonight. Neither team was able to get anything going in the third quarter. Hawks punch it in here with about a third of the fourth gone. Buckeyes here, 2 to the right side, 1 to the left. Zay Taylor wants to throw. Gets it to the tailback in the backfield. Gets past the first ball carrier. Slides out of bounds. Probably still for a loss on the play. The Hawks were able to really change the line of scrimmage on that with the pressure.
Yeah, a couple extra discussions going on between the players.
Second down and 11. The Hawk band is loud.
I think Coach Gibson's probably going to call them over and remind them, don't let any of your actions cause you to lose playing time moving forward.
Yeah, just a little chirpiness, and you want to try to put a stop to any potential drama before it gets there, so they do take that time out there. As we talked about it, Texas High off this week for in-town games. Liberty Island will be hosting White Oak tomorrow. We're on the south side of town and see some of that. Carthage gets a district win 62-7 over Bullard. Salina is up big over Paris 56-7.
Defense getting back onto the field here.
Dangerfield is up 62-16 over Hughes Springs. 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right side. And the ball off to tailback. He makes the first down miss. Gets it up to the 25. This is going to bring up third down and about 2.
Yeah, Jaden Scales there to help start that tackle off, and then joined by many others.
Two receivers out to the left side, 1 receiver to the right side. Zay Taylor wants to throw a little out route. Complete to Trace Haynes. It'll be enough to move the sticks. Gets it across the 30 to the 31.
Yeah, Jay Rich not willing to give up any type of big play, and Gilmer takes advantage of playing off. But the clock is continuing to count down.
Taylor will swing pass to the tailback out of the backfield, incomplete. He's unable to see that one in. Had a couple of guys coming downhill after him. Kai Ringwood and Terrell Patton both were closing quickly. That stops the clock at 6:59 remaining in the game. Taylor now ready for the play. Hands the ball off to Horn. Horn comes left, gets it up near the 40. He'll still be about 2 yards shy of first down. I tell you, Horn is able to pick up yards in chunks.
Yeah, Jamie King making the tackle there. It's normally a good sign when we hear the band playing
yes, sir.
This tune.
All loud and rolling. Horn this time breaks into the secondary. Jamarian Richardson makes a tackle, rather, at midfield, but it will be enough for the first down. 1st and 10 Buckeyes, and now Gilmer finally showing a little bit of urgency, keeping the offense at the line. Still waiting on the call to come over from sideline. We'll be inside of 6 minutes now when this one is snapped. Taylor hands to Horn. Horn pick up 4 yards this time, down to the 46-yard line before he's wrapped up. Keidred Smith comes over to make the stop from the defensive end position. Make it 2nd down and 6 to go.
Yeah, Pleasant Grove's coming in only, looks like they're giving up 10 points per game. Looking to possibly reduce this effort so far.
Taylor's able to escape. The first man runs out of bounds just inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Buck Anderson got tripped up and flipped over his head there, and he and the offensive lineman were having a discussion about that, and Keidred Smith came over, grabbed a hold of Buck and said, hey, come over this way. And now the Buckeyes with a man.
I think Octavian Ector has a little cramp. I say little, it's little when it's not your cramp.
Yeah, when you're not there. He's laying out on the 50.
Hopefully he'll be able to sit out a play and get back in there.
Not a big dude there. He was kind of following behind on that play there. 3rd down and 4 to go for the Buckeyes inside the 45 of the Hawks at the 44. 5:06 remaining in the game. Gilmer turning this into a de facto timeout over here.
Well, whether you're here tonight from Pleasant Grove or from Gilmer, if you are battling cancer, this is just an excellent time to remind you that we are with you, and that is why we are honored tonight to announce this total. Thank you for your giving. We have raised this evening at our Pink Out fundraiser $800.94. Great job.
And they raised $800 for their Pink Out fundraiser tonight. So always a big part of the month of October each year. 3rd and 4 now for the Buckeyes. And the ball off to Horn. Horn will be down at the 42. It'll be 4th down and 2. They'll keep the offense out here, and I would not be surprised if we see Horn
get the call here. Yeah, Ringwood in for the stop on that last play along with Solomon. Pleasant Grove.
About 4.5 minutes left in the game. This one again, Taylor to Horn, and he is barely going to get there. He needed the 40. He was able to fall forward on second effort there to get the first down, so that moves the sticks.
Horn comes off for a play, so you've got to assume that this is going to be a quarterback run or a pass play here.
Quarterback, he got a big old guy in the backfield with him, that's for sure. Keep him in. They're going to pass a little swing pass out of the backfield. And Seth Gunlock, what an incredible open field tackle. Just put him out there on an island against Keisman Johnson. And Seth, a textbook tackle there to bring him down at the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Seth coming off of a great game last week and comes up with a big tackle there. He and Jay Rich and Solomon on the bottom of the screen.
Same guy's in at tailback. Doesn't look like he's somebody that'll be running the ball. Well, they give it to him. See, that shows what I know. That was Taj Bush. He is a junior. Say, what did they call the bus back in the day? Jerome Bettis. He got some Jerome Bettis in him out there, maybe.
He's a little bit bigger
than
Horn.
Yeah, he is. He is bigger than Horn. He's a thick kid.
So 3rd and 10 as Gilmer is looking to try to move this into the end zone. They're letting the clock run, approaching 2:30 and counting.
I'll tell you, it's been. Quarterback dropped in the backfield for a big sack all the way back across the 40 to the 46-yard line. It has been a curious, I don't know, game pace or something for Gilmer here in the second half, Jay. It's almost just well, we saw it even at the end of the first half. They had just under a minute left and kneeled on the ball. And now they get the 2-minute timeout. We're going to take the 2-minute timeout with them. Hawks are up 34-7 here in Gilmer. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Gameday.
At Raffaele Property Management, keeping our tenants comfortable is a top priority. That's why we trust Lone Star Heat and Air. They've always been dependable, quick to respond, and their work is top-notch. Whether it's routine service or an urgent call, they take care of it with professionalism and care. We couldn't recommend Lone Star Heat and Air more for anyone looking for a reliable HVAC service.
Sports injuries can happen anytime, on the field, on the court, and even in your backyard. At Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, we treat sprains, fractures, concussions, and more with fast, compassionate care close to home. We're open 24/7 with on-site imaging like x-rays, ultrasounds, CT scans, and MRI for quick, accurate diagnosis and treatment all in one place. Let us help you get back to the game faster. Visit TexarkanaEmergencyCenter.com for more information.
All right, folks, welcome back here. Hear the tuba song playing in the background. We have 2 minutes remaining in the ball game. Hawks up 34-7. Gilmer, 4th down and 16 from the Hawk 46-yard line. Quarterback is going to be dropped in the backfield once again. That's big number 45, Kai Ringwood, who is immediately in the business of Zayd Taylor. And the Hawks will have it in Gilmer territory after a big turnover on downs. Pleasant Grove at the plus 45.
Yeah, I want to give a special thanks to all of our many sponsors that we've had tonight. If you've seen them in the commercials or in any of the corners, please let them know that you appreciate their support and us being able to stream these Pleasant Grove games, as well as Texas High, Liberty Islo. We've got Paris, Longview.
All over East Texas. Hawks on offense here. Javon Butler with the carry around the right side. Butler at the 30. Butler in for the touchdown, 45 yards. Javon Butler.
Yeah, the speed of Butler, once he got to the outside, he had some separation from the Gilmer crew chasing him and just not able to do anything before he's able to get into the end zone. Pleasant Grove able to add at least 6 more points onto the scoreboard.
You got the Hawk Band and the Gilmer Band celebrating that one because they're both playing. Yowell's kick is up and good, 145. Remaining in the ball game, Hawks 41, Buckeyes 7. We'll take a break. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Tired of banking fees and complicated accounts? With State Bank's My Free Checking account, enjoy no minimum balance and 0 monthly fees. Get a free gift just for opening your checking account, because we believe banking should be rewarding. Great for personal accounts and businesses too.
Week. All right, folks, welcome back here to Gilmer. We're going to sell a special sponsorship package and a special subscription to see the in-booth camera during these games.
We should do that.
Just to get some halftime
bonus coverage.
From a bonus coverage, yeah, off-air bonus coverage
$9.99 a
during
month.
Yeah, that's pretty steep for what they're getting, that's for sure. James Solomon sends this one back to the one, and Gilmer decides to fair catch this one and take it out to the 25-yard line. 1:45 remaining in the ball game. Hawks have stretched the lead to 41-7, and as you said, Jay, that was actually technically a shovel pass to Javon Butler.
They have 121 yards worth of touchdown passes tonight.
Not bad. Very first one of the game, first touchdown of the game was a long pass. This short run here by the Buckeyes, decent run by the Buckeyes here. 2nd down and 7.
Looks like Carter Johnston is getting some time at QB for Gilmer, senior.
Henry Smith in at linebacker for the Hawks out there, giving Buck Anderson a breather. A little speedy tailback for the Bucks that time. That's number 31. Gets up to the 2nd level. That is Samuel Sutton Williams.
Jaden Brown stepping up to make a tackle there for the Pleasant Grove defense.
Moves it up to the 41-yard line. The Buckeyes using lots of time to get the call in from the sideline. 10 seconds on the play clock. And the ball off to Sutton Williams again, and this time he is met right at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. Jamie King, the first man in there, 2nd down and 10.
And that is probably going to be the last play of the game.
You're going to let it go from there. So your final from here in Gilmer, Hawks 41, Buckeyes 7. Jay came out moving quickly in the first and second quarters. Third kind of drug and went into a pretty serious lull, and then Hawks come back and tack on a couple here in the fourth quarter to make the final stretch. But at the end of the day, it is another district win. The Hawks now 3-0 in district play, setting up a big game next week with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh and Van battling right now. Not sure where that one is, but we'll keep you updated with that. But that has potential to be a big game next week on Halloween there in Texarkana.
Yeah, Pleasant Grove scoring 41 tonight. Their season average has been 42, so keeping right in line with that. And defense has basically done the same and dropped that average from 10 points per game to just under that. So both sides of the ball, Pleasant Grove seeing some success tonight against a tough Gilmer team that I know is looking to turn this season around. And I still think that they've got second place, third place wrapped up in this district moving forward.
Yeah, they ought to be able to put some things together as they go forward for sure. That'll do it for us on a Thursday night, as we'll now make the trek back home and get all these kiddos ready to come to school tomorrow. That's the only bad thing about Thursday games is you don't get that typical Saturday rest up. But the Hawks do get a win, move to 3-0 in district, and take down the Gilmer Buckeyes here in their house. That's going to do it for all of us here. Our producer tonight was Zach Doty. We got the B team instead of Donovan. So Doty was here with us tonight, but we appreciate him and the entire crew from Texarkana Gameday. The man to my right is Jay Davis. I'm Matt Fry. Jay, any parting words?
Go Hawks!
We will see you next week. Hawk Stadium, Halloween versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Gameday.